Hey, how's it going? My name is Isaku. I'm an instructor here at Los Angeles Taiko Institute. In previous episodes, we talked about the grip, the stroke, and then we put the two together, and then we talked a little bit about timbre. In this episode, I'll be talking to you a little bit about stance, and at the end, we'll put everything together and work on a few exercises. At Lati, I generally instruct students to use their wingspan to find the width of their stance. So stretch your hands out to both sides, and the position of your feet should be roughly underneath the palms of your hands. And use this as a guideline for how wide your feet should be. When we talked about the stroke, I mentioned that there's two basic techniques that you can use. One for when your back is to the audience, and another one where your audience is to your side. And it's the same thing with the stance. You're going to adjust the position of your feet depending on where the audience is seated. So with your back to the audience, you'll want to take a wider stance. You'll want to position your feet wider this way. Whereas if the audience is to your side, then you'll want to position your feet wider this way. Okay, so just as an example, on this drum, if my back is to the audience, I'm going to align my left foot with the outer part of the stand and my right foot with the outer part of the stand. So starting with the left foot, right foot, and then the width remains the same. Okay. Now, if the audience is to the side, then I'll probably use the inner portion of the stand or shoulder width. So that's going to look more like this. So back to the audience would be like this. Audience to the side would be like this. Okay, it's going to feel like a subtle difference now, but when you combine the effect with the stroke and in an actual performance context, the difference is going to be pretty significant. So as a fun exercise, let's try playing straight quarter notes, and let's give each note the maximum duration, like the longest duration that we possibly can. So it's going to sound do, 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 do. Okay. The technique that I'm going to use is I'm going to keep a relatively loose grip, focus on the pinky and ring finger, loose grip, and the important thing is to move the sticks in constant motion so that they're kind of moving at the same speed throughout. 3, 4. So this is good for working out any kind of quirks in your mechanics. This is a really taiko nerd thing to say, but I kind of enjoy how the do, how that blends or starts to blend into the next note. So like if you were to spell don, right, you would write D-O-N. Like the N of the first note and the D of the second note are almost like, it's like do, do. It's almost like they're blending into each other. I find that to be quite interesting. So for the next one, I'm going to try playing 8th note followed by an 8th note rest. I'm going to grip the sticks tight, and I'm going to focus on pushing the sound into the drum. Okay, and you can emphasize the 8th note rest by stopping your motion. So it's going to sound don, 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 don. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. When you're practicing this, you'll probably notice that the 8th note rest tends to get ambiguous if I don't stop sharply. So if I don't go don, don, if I'm going don, 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 like if I don't stop, then the 8th note rest kind of starts to become ambiguous. Nothing wrong with that, just a different feel. So the last one is going to sound like a 16th note rest followed by a dotted 8th note. It's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Stong, 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 stong. Okay. So think of pushing the sound through the drum, through the other side. Okay, and it's gonna feel like a line. Okay, and what you want to do is try to keep the sticks close to the head for as long as possible, and then kind of explode towards the head. So hold, 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 hit. Hold, 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 and then hit. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me try playing them in sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it. Try these out on your Odaiko, or come play the Odaiko at Los Angeles Taiko Institute. As always, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to me. My email address is isaku@taiko.la. Thanks for watching. See you soon.